Welcome back to Fett's Legacy, everyone. I'm here today to talk about episode 3 of Kenobi. I wanted to get this out before the next episode drops, but I have been really busy, so I'm sorry about the delay. But guys, before we get into it, if you can like and subscribe, it really helps me out a lot. And tell me what you thought about the episode down in the comment section below. So guys, without further ado, let's get right into it. So first, I want to start off by saying I absolutely loved this episode. For the most part, it was definitely the best episode of the show so far. I really love seeing Vader. Even the suiting up early on when he's getting suited up in the suit and you see Hayden with the helmet coming down. I mean, that was amazing. We finally see Vader's castle, which was, I was freaking out. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm like trying to contain my excitement, but it was so great to see that finally. And we even got to see Vader's obsidian throne while he's talking to Reva, which was also amazing. And then he goes out and looks out the window, most likely to the actual spot that he fought Kenobi in Revenge of the Sith, because he did actually build his castle very close to that spot so he could see it and always get fueled by the rage, if you guys didn't know. And so I'm assuming he went and looked at it just before going to fight Kenobi so he could really get it in his head that he needs to do better this time, and he can really build up the rage in himself and the pain and the anger. As you know, that's what the dark side feeds off of. But yeah, I really thought this was great. The whole build-up was really cool. I loved seeing Kenobi and Leia talking in that transport, and all of that was great, but obviously the big talking point is Vader versus Kenobi. So I do have some issues with it that I will be talking about right now. And again, guys, don't take this the wrong way. I just don't have time to talk about everything that I loved in the episode, but I just want to talk about something that really annoyed me. So I thought, the dialogue between them when, Kenobi asks, "What have you become?" and Vader says, "I am what you made me." I thought that was perfect. That was amazing. And I thought their fight, it made sense. Vader is overpowering and he's a monster, and Kenobi is weak, but also Vader's cautious. Vader did get a little too in his own head and a little arrogant their first time around, and we see what he's become because of it. So he's a little cautious, right? He doesn't want to go full force. But Kenobi was on the back foot the whole time, and Vader was just kind of chasing him down, and I really loved it. Now, the part where I didn't like is at the end. After he burned Kenobi, which was a great scene. Don't get me wrong. Vader, the flames reflecting on his mask. It was great. Kenobi getting burned. It was really cool. But then after, we see he throws him back with the Force, and it puts out all of the flames. But then he tells the stormtroopers to bring him to him, and then that rebel girl, I forget her name, Nala, I think it was, she starts shooting at the stormtroopers. I was really hoping that she would shoot at Vader and he would stop it with his hand, like an Empire Strikes Back. I feel like that was a really big missed opportunity, but whatever, we move. And so she's shooting, and then the fire reignites, and Vader just stands there as Ned B, the loader bot, comes and gets Kenobi and saves him, and he just stands there and lets him get taken. Now I'm seeing some people give excuses for this, saying Vader is very ego based and he wants to beat Kenobi, not this old version Ben. He wants him to be at his best, so he let him go. I'm sorry. Vader has been looking for Obi-Wan Kenobi for 10 years. It's been a decade. And Vader is one of the most rageful and hateful people in the entire galaxy, if not the most. So, after waiting for his revenge on Kenobi for a decade, he would not, for the first time ever getting to see him, he would not just let him go. He wouldn't. I'm sorry. There is no excuse. There is nothing that people are saying, he wants to fight Kenobi. He wants to beat him at his best and show him the true power of the dark side. I'm sure he does, but he's not going to let him escape. I'm sorry, he's been waiting 10 years. People are making excuses for this. We've seen lesser things happen in the Book of Boba Fett, and people instantly go to they've ruined Boba Fett. I'm not saying they've ruined Vader, but when I'm trying to say what I'm trying to say is people in other shows will instantly go for the worst and not give any reasons or excuses for it. But in this show, Vader does something that makes no sense with his character, and I mean they could explain it in the next episodes, maybe, but I'm sorry, this makes no sense for Vader. This is not Vader. He would not let Kenobi just leave, especially with just one girl with a gun and a loader bot stopping him. And the fire, it means nothing. Literally just seconds earlier, he put it out with the Force easily, and his suit is fireproof. It's waterproof. Besides lightning, that suit can take anything. We've literally seen him walk through lava in the comics, seen him under, water for a long period of time. He can do almost anything in this suit. Like I said, we've seen him walk through lava, so a bit of fire means nothing to Vader. And again, he put it out just seconds earlier, so for me, this makes no sense for Vader's character. Vader would not let Kenobi escape. That is not him, and I'm just tired of seeing all the excuses for it. Again, they could explain it maybe in the next few episodes, and I could be proved wrong that this is not correct. Maybe Vader has some way of knowing where he will be or something. But for me, after waiting 10 years to finally see Kenobi, I just don't see how that makes any sense. And honestly, it's kind of annoying me that he did this. Which makes no sense for his character, and now all of a sudden, almost all the fans and all the people on YouTube are trying to make excuses for why he did that because they love Vader, and I get that. I love Vader too, and I really loved how scary he was in this episode, choking guys and breaking kids' necks and just doing crazy stuff. Like, that is Vader for sure, but letting Kenobi go is not Vader. I'm sorry. So, I don't want to see any more excuses. Maybe they prove me wrong in the next couple episodes, but we have to call this out as, bad writing, I think. That, a bit of fire is not enough to stop Darth Vader from getting to the one person he wants the most. In the entire galaxy of everyone alive, besides bringing Padme back to life, the only thing Vader wants is to kill Kenobi. That's it. So he wouldn't let him go. That just wouldn't happen. That makes no sense. So I was very annoyed with that. Overall, again, guys, this episode was phenomenal. Don't get the wrong idea that I didn't like the episode. I really loved the episode. It was my favorite so far in the show, and so far I really loved the show. There's just a few things here and there that I'm not too happy about. And we saw in the Book of Boba Fett. I'm not trying to bring everything back to the Book of Boba Fett, but there were a few things that people didn't like about the Book of Boba Fett, and then at the end, people are saying the show sucked, the show was mid, the show was bad, when really it was just like, oh, the cyborg kids chase scene sucked, so now the show is just terrible. When really, at the end of the day, the Star Wars content we got in that show was phenomenal, and no one can tell me anything otherwise. And so far, the Star Wars content we're getting in this show is phenomenal. So I don't want to hear anything about these people saying the show is bad, because I have been seeing that as well, and some people just hate to hate. But I think that one little thing that happened at the end kind of screwed up the episode for me a bit. Again, not that it was a bad episode, it was just that ending really made no sense. So I mean, we'll see in the next episode what happens. I'd love for bounty hunters to actually show up. I think it would really make sense for now Vader or someone to get bounty hunters to get after Kenobi. Maybe we could see Boba, maybe we could see Cad Bane. Why not? I would love for that to happen, but the way it's going, I don't see that happening. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys thought of the episode. I definitely think it's like a 9 or 9.5 out of 10. It's just that last little bit was ruined. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe. And let me know if I'm a bit too harsh on this one moment. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.